Hi, my name is AIMI HAZIRA and today I'm going to presenting about communication and strategies. So, what is communication? Communication is often misunderstood. It's not just about sending messages, it's about transferring meaning. Sending a message doesn't mean it's communicated. Real communication only happens when the meaning behind the message is understood.
There are a few elements of communication. Firstly, sender, the person who encodes the details of its content. Second, message, the content or idea being communicated. Third, noise, any interference like distraction or misunderstandings that could distort the messages. Next, receiver, the person receiving the message who decodes and interprets it. Lastly, feedback, the receiver's response, which show whether the message has been understood. There are 6 principles of communication, which is dynamic, continuous, circular, unrepeatable, complex, and irreversible. Level of communication. Firstly, we have intrapersonal, when we communicate within ourselves, interpersonal, when we communicate between or among ourselves, organizational, when we communicate with one another in the context of organization, sending and receiving messages through various layers of authority. Mass or public, when we send messages from just one person or source to many people simultaneously. Barriers to communication have 2, which is physiological barriers. For example, if someone has poor hearing or the lighting is bad, it might be hard to receive the messages. And psychological barriers, which is cultural differences, biases, or personal experience that can make people interpret messages differently than you intended. Communicating strategically means that your plans for communication, your proposed messages, the medium or media you select, the code you employ, the context and experience you bring to situation, and the ethics you adopt will all have direct effect on the outcome. Successful strategic communication have 6. Firstly, link the message to the strategy and goals of the organization. Second, attract the attention of your intended audience. Third, explain your position in terms they will understand and accept. Fourth, motivate your audience to accept and act on your message. Fifth, inoculate them against contrary messages and position. And lastly, manage audience expectations. Why communicating as a manager is different. Communication is a fundamental skill central to the human experience. Several factors in business life alter the way we look at communication, which influence the way we write and speak with others, right down to word selection and format. And they influence the way we think about our daily problems, responsibilities, and challenges. First, levels of responsibility and accountability. The more responsibility you have, the more you need to think about how you communicate. If you focus on specific tasks, your communication will be more clear and efficient. If you have many things to handle, communication may become more scattered, making it harder to be effective. Organizational culture. Different organizations have different communication styles. Some companies have written rules while others may rely more on casual, oral communication. Next is organizational dynamics. Organizations are always changing, and so are the people in them. Your communication needs to adjust to the constantly changing environment to remain effective. And lastly, personality preference. Everyone has different styles of gathering and sharing information. You will need to adjust your communication style to work effectively with others, especially when making decisions or meeting deadlines. Crisis is a major, unpredictable event that has potentially negative results. Types of crises have 2, which is internal crisis caused by issues within the organization, and external or oppositional crisis involves attacks from outside the organization. You have to prepare for crisis. To prepare for it, we have to develop a detailed crisis management action plan that includes detailed research, then set a specific objective and principle. We also need to establish a crisis control team and an outline of responsibilities and order for taking action. Then we need to speak with one voice and train for the crisis. That's all from me. Thank you.